Hello there guys, welcome in. Welcome to another live stream. I've just realised I need to change the title real quick, so I'm just doing that. How are we all? This is number 11. As always, my man.
For your donation, by the way.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you so much, buddy.
Hi, Keith. Hello. Oi, oi.
Oi, oi. Right, we are Froglane Studio. For me,
On my volume.
do you want to turn your volume up and we'll see? Oh, for you, you're too far away, boo.
No, it's not on the mic. Is the music too loud?
I'll change the music over in a second. Sorry guys, I should have realised this was done.
Prepared as ever.
I am, I promise. Charles, yes.
Turn the music down.
Okay, I'll turn it down in just a second. Necromunda, we're doing these Van Saar today. I've got a new set of music, so I was trying that. That's what this is. But let's just turn it.
Oh, Mrs. Ritz
turn
has
it down.
changed her name.
Yes, so Mrs. Ritz is going to be reading us stories, which is going to be awesome. There we go. Perfect. That should be okay now, guys. Hopefully. Right. Yes. So, do you want to come a little closer to here? I'm not going to. I promise I won't run over your feet. Promise. And we'll be able to see you.
Hi,
better as
Anna.
well. Hey, Anna. How's it going, man? There we go. Camera's done as well. Perfect. So.
Where's Ryan
And
with his
Hive
little black
as well.
book?
How's it going, Hive? Oh. So there we go. I am prepared, I promise. So I have been wanting to do these guys for quite a while, and thought, you know what? Now's a perfect time. They're going to be painted mirror effect, which is going to be absolutely hilarious. These are the Van Saars. These guys. What girl? Hello, welcome
Hello,
in,
mother.
mother-in-law.
So Hive's all good. Just home from work, just in time to catch the stream.
Oh, perfect. Welcome in. Oh, can you grab my coffee? In fact, watch your toes. Watch your toes. Shit. Oh, I can't swear on the first bit of the stream. Oh. Rubbish.
It wasn't that, it was shizzle.
Yeah, honest YouTube. I needed to get my coffee. Where are we? My coffee. There we go. Better. So, no new big announcements. I've been resting and recuperating today. So I've been on Necromunda, the new Xbox game, which has inspired me to do my own Necromunda gang, which I've had sitting around since the start of lockdown, and I promised I'd paint it and haven't. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm doing a bit of my own hobby for once, which is awesome. Let's get a bit more light on the scene. There we go. We can now see what we're doing. We can see a bit more of the highlights and lowlights on these guys.
MDH, hello! Evening, you schmexy people.
Schmexy. We all love the schmexy. Yeah. So nothing too extravagant with these guys. I'm not going to be spending too much time on them, to be fair. I just want to use the mirror effect for an actual army on multiple miniatures, and these guys are the perfect candidates for the mirror effect, I think, anyway.
Don't use too much of it, it's far too expensive.
So they did, the guy who does it, Mr. Semple, did an experiment, and they painted tape measures, believe it or not, and they got through 87 meters, and they ran out of tape measures. They had 3 tape measures, and they ran out of tape measures before they ran out of the paint. there was still over half of it left. So yeah, I really wouldn't worry about it too much.
We're good, MDH. How are you?
Yes, mate. Very, very good. Whoop. Oh, good stuff, Syndrome. Yeah, guys, thank you so much, all of you, for your support on the bolt action stuff. It's been just unbelievable, the amount of support that we've got. I really think I should have set the target a little higher, given the fact that we've broken the 200 in less than 1 day, not even 2 days.
That's a good thing, though. It means you'll be X amount of percentage over your target.
That is
so
very true.
Good.
That is very true. But I was worried that if I set it too high, people wouldn't contribute. But also, if they matched it, if we beat the target, then people wouldn't contribute. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm just happy that people are engaging. Yeah, that is true. That is true. It's not just some random donation pot. So no, I'm very, very happy with this. Oh my god, I've been I've been a little dropsy today.
So it is ask me anything, not me, obviously. Ask him anything Thursday. You can ask me if you like.
Yeah, go on. Let's ask Mrs. Frog a question, guys.
Ask Mrs. Frog anything
in chat.
Thursday.
Ask Mrs. Frog anything you want, specifically about hobby. I had one job. Yeah, I failed hardcore on it. Yeah, ask Mrs. Frog anything, guys, to do with the hobby. Let's test her knowledge and see whether she's been listening or not. This should be fun.
Yeah, it could be entertaining.
Let's start you out with an easy question. What paint is otherwise known as the brush wrecker?
Typhus corrosion.
Whoa! Yes.
What is the name of the first mini you painted? That would be Steve the Marine.
Yeah. And what colour? What chapter is Steve the Marine from?
He's an ultramarine.
Oh my god! Yes, he is.
And what has been your favourite miniature to paint so far, Mrs. Frog?
Yeah. These are good questions.
Actually, the Age of Sigmar one, the one we did the other week.
The Banshee?
Yeah.
Oh, the Tomb Banshee. Oh wow. Good. So, because you've done Steve the Marine, you've done a Demonette, you've done the Banshee.
The Demonette didn't look good. We did it too quickly, I think.
Yeah. Well, we can go back.
So, no, I like my Demonettes, but as in happy with the finished product,
yes,
or semi-finished product, then the Banshee. But I do look forward to working on my Demonettes once Mr. Frog has actually put them together for me, because I just want to launch them across the room.
Yeah, she didn't like them.
Is there an arm?
Does Mr. Frog have a pump wagon? I do indeed. I have. Where are they?
Keith, is that hearing me or hearing Mr. Frog?
I have the Blood Bowl Snotlings syndrome.
MDH, is there an army you would like to paint? I want to get all of my Demonettes done. So yeah. I've got the full box set, starter box set. So Keith's struggling to hear all of us. Have you got the mic on the right setting?
The mic is all the way up.
Is anybody else having any sound issues?
Keith, turn your volume up. Put your earphones in.
He's already got it way up.
Let me just see if I can...
Mother says can hear you both easily.
Okay. Yeah, I can't... This is like max volume from my end.
All good at MDH's end.
Yeah. It's...
Keith, it's you. Sorry, mate.
I've got the volume turned all the way up and I've just turned the music down. Oh, bless you, Keith. Thank you very much.
Any more hobby-related questions for me? Come on, test me. What have I learned over the past few weeks?
I really wouldn't say that.
I've got Typhus corrosion down. So
okay, so what's the difference between contrast paint and washes?
Contrast paints are slightly more viscous.
Yes, they are slightly more viscous. There's more to it though than that.
More pigment.
Yes, they have more pigment as well. But what are the benefits for using contrast paints over washes and vice versa? So what can contrast paints do that washes can't?
Contrast paint you can paint minus a base coat. Obviously you'd have sprayed.
You can do that with washes though.
Yeah, but it'd be really thin.
So what does that mean then?
That you'd need to put more coats on so it's faster.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one, Hive. And Hunter as well. So what are the... Oh, Hunter, you don't go easy. What's the names of the 2 missing Primarchs?
So there's a Primarch in Birmingham City Centre. That's the one that opened that was like the flagship store, the Primark. It's a really good place to get cheap clothes.
What's the name of the other the 2 missing Primark?
For you guys in the States, our Primark is your Target, I think.
Yes, it is indeed.
So if you don't get it, that's what I'm having a laugh about. I have no idea is the answer to that question. Hi, can you name 4 Space Marine chapters and the 5th Chaos God? No. And no.
You can name... Yes, you can. Name some space...
Ultramarine.
So Ultramarines are 1. Yep.
Space Marine.
That's the overall ones, yeah.
No is the answer.
Really? Oh, I'm disappointed. So you could have had White Scars?
Yep, never heard of them.
Raven Guard?
Never heard of them.
Black Templars?
Heard of them.
Imperial Fists?
Sort of heard of them.
Crimson Fists?
No.
Salamanders?
Nope.
Space Wolves?
Okay, showing off now.
Blood Angels?
Ryan, hey, it's Odd Question Thursday. We're just testing me at the moment.
Yeah, we're testing Mrs. Frog's knowledge.
Get your little book of questions out for your hobby-related questions for Mr. Frog. We're just having a little bit of fun and putting me on the spot at the moment.
Yeah.
Mrs. Ritz, not a question, but what are you liking the best so far?
Yes, that is a question. I suppose, yeah, no, it's still a hobby-related question.
To be honest, I'm just really proud of Mr. Frog and how well everything's going. So that's what I'm liking so far.
Buttercup. That's lovely.
I don't think they need to know my pet name.
She's my Buttercup.
I have another question, not hobby related. What is the story behind the name? What name?
Our name, Frog Lane Studio. So, Syndrome. About 10 years ago, I started up Frog Lane Studio. So this was, we were living in Frog Lane, which is on Lichfield, in Staffordshire. And I was living on Frog Lane, needed a name for my painting studio because I was doing commissions, and chose Frog Lane Studio. And then when it came to set the YouTube and everything up, and to go back to doing it professionally, I'd got 2 options. I'd got my cruiser account on Instagram, which had over 1,000, I think it was 1,500 followers, or I could start from scratch and start back on Frog Lane Studio. So I kept Frog Lane Studio because I've got 10 years on eBay. Yes.
Hey, original.
So that's basically it. I lived on Frog Lane, and hence Frog Lane Studio. So there's no kind of deeper meaning to it, I suppose. It's just that's where I was, and that's how it started.
Oh, MDH, you can be our Buttercup as well.
Yeah. I thought you was calling me Buttercup. Ah. Who's the first heretic?
I've no idea.
Mrs. Frog doesn't know any of the like the lore.
Can we have easy questions, please?
Yeah, she's only a noob, bless her. It's like watching a movie and going,
Hey, Seven.
"Who is that? Have we seen him yet?" Yeah, exactly. Past 7 painting, yes, buddy. How's work going? I've hardly seen or spoken to you for the past couple of weeks since you've been doing your worky works. I missed you, man. Been missing you long time.
Hit us with your odd questions,
yeah, go
Ryan.
on,
It
Ryan.
would not be Thursday without your questions. Hey, Gigio.
Gigio, welcome in, my man.
When is the Mankini stream going to be? The 27th of...
The 29th
Never.
the 29th of February. Shit, do we have it? Yeah, the 29th of February.
30 days of September.
All the rest have to. Yeah, so on the leap year, mate. The 29th of February, that's when I'll do it.
Oh, 7 missed us too. 7 days off. Who is the head honcho that oversees all the chapters? God.
Close. He is the god
Of
Emperor.
Empor.
He is the god
Emperor.
The god.
Hades.
Apparently, the guy who sees all the Space Marine chapter is either Hades or Oprah. One of the two. I like to think Oprah is the one who looks after all the Space Marine chapters.
Keith, what is the most embarrassing thing you have witnessed Mr. Frog do that really embarrassed you? Not him so much.
Absolutely, you have my complete blessing, even though this is going to be recorded and live on YouTube forever to come.
But it didn't embarrass me.
Go on.
No, his question is that really embarrassed you and not him so much.
Yeah.
The last time he's embarrassed me, I suppose, was last birthday. I took him to the seaside for his birthday.
Yep.
We went to a little seaside town in England called Scarborough. And he had about £100 or so of birthday money from family and stuff, and we decided to go day drinking, which was just supposed to be pop out for a quick pint and then that was it. But Mr. Frog hadn't drank in a very, very, very long time.
About 9 months.
And he loves his rum.
I love my rum.
So this little Irish bar that we found had a vast selection of rum.
Mm-hmm.
Including stuff that was it 80%, 90% proof?
They had I started off on 65% proof, then went up to 75, then 85, and my final shot was a shot called Voodoo, which was 95% proof.
And then I had to basically carry him about 1.5 miles back to the hotel on foot.
Yeah.
During a thunderstorm.
Yeah. It was hilarious. I enjoyed myself. I don't give a fuck. It was my birthday, so I can do what I want. Oh, bless you. Take care, Ritz.
Oh, I'm still catching up on the chat. 29/02/2024 is noted in my calendar. I bet it is as well. Original, what's your favourite Diana Riggs part? Oh yes, I've seen that in the news today. So I'm not a Bond fan, unfortunately, so I don't really know her from that, but obviously I've seen her in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, she was in Game of Thrones.
So yeah, as not a Bond fan, I can only really answer Game of Thrones to that.
I don't watch the news, so what's happened to Diana Riggs? Has she passed?
Should we tell you the story?
Go on.
So it involves rum yet again.
I love rum. Oh no, don't tell that story. No. You know,
no,
you can.
Please.
No, piss. No, that's maybe a story for Discord.
I thought I read earlier that it was Bond Mum. Sorry if I'm wrong. Hey P.
Yo P, how's it going, my man?
They want to hear it.
Oh my god. Oh, go on then.
Too late, we got to hear it now.
Oh my god. Right, okay. Bearing in mind, guys, I very rarely drink, okay? So all of my most embarrassing stuff is usually me drinking because I don't drink that much, so I'm a real lightweight.
So this particular day, Mr. Frog had was playing Xbox with some friends over in the States, and they were drinking, and so he thought, I want to drink too. So he'd got some rum left over from Christmas, and there wasn't that much left in the bottle. So being a good little wifey, I went to the shop and I bought him another half bottle of rum. And by 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, he's playing Xbox with one eye closed.
I had my hand over my face because I couldn't see what was going on, and I was still trying to play Xbox.
I'm downstairs at this point, through most of this. Come upstairs, and he's on the bathroom floor in his dressing gown. There's puke everywhere.
There wasn't puke. I didn't puke.
You were comatose.
I didn't puke.
I think actually you puked and you tried to clean it up, so there was pukey towels all over.
Yeah, I didn't puke.
At this point, I get on the phone to my mum, who only lives around the corner from me, and I said, "You need to come round. Alec, Mr. Frog is passed out on the bathroom floor, and I can't get him up. I keep trying to wake him and stir him, and he's just going."
I was far gone on one.
And
within the space of 2.5 hours.
So my mum said to me, "Is he on his side? Yes. Is he breathing? Yes. Leave him there." So he's in the best place. He's in a place that can be easily cleaned. So just leave him there. So, but at this point, I thought he had defecated upon himself.
No, not defecated. Urinated.
So the bathroom floor was really wet. But I think this was actually part of him trying to clean up the sick. So the bathroom floor was wet, which I obviously thought he'd wet himself.
I couldn't even
So at this point, I'm
at this
screaming at him, going, "Come on, yourself!" And so he then proceeds, in his drunken stupor, to just keep lying there, going, "No peace, no peace,
no peace." That was the be all and end all of that. I couldn't get up, I couldn't speak, I couldn't do anything.
Gigio says you two have a very different way of saying rum.
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 Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Yes, that's the story. But then I went to bed, left him there. Hoped to not find a dead body in the morning because he choked on his own vomit. I did actually set my alarm to go and check him.
Did you?
Yes.
No, but did you check me though?
Yes, and you were back in the bedroom.
There we go.
You'd gone into the spare room.
Yeah, because I'm a considerate drunk and I didn't want to wake her up. Even when drunk, I know not to wake Mrs. Frog up from her sleeps.
Any more questions, guys? It can be questions for me or it can be questions for Mr. Frog. Have you got any hobby problems at the moment you need some advice with?
Yeah. I'm literally cool, just chilling, guys, and chatting. So yeah, like I said, I used to drink regularly, but I don't drink anymore, and that's why I'm such a lightweight. I'm just enjoying painting these guys.
So Mum says, so Grandma did the same thing to Grandad when he came home drunk, and when he retired, he fell on the floor and she left him there. Seven says, how are you liking YouTube over Instagram?
I like, so there's two things. So obviously with just normal streams, it's great because we don't have a time frame, so I'm not limited to the hour, so we can just chill and not have to worry about it. But when it comes to F About Fridays, like tomorrow, obviously we can't play normal music. So when that happens, that's the only limiting factor. But aside from that, it's really cool.
I think we do get more viewers on Insta.
Yeah, we definitely get more viewers. But you guys,
probably maybe another 5. But you're like our core group.
Yeah, you guys that come and watch us on here are like our core guys, basically. So we don't really worry about that. I'm just trying to figure out where my head needs to be here. Let's just turn this around ever so slightly. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so we don't worry about that too much.
your questions coming, guys. Chat's a bit quiet.
That's okay, we're just all chilling out, aren't we?
Up a bit, Mr. Frog says original.
Up a bit. There we go.
Seven says, is that Tau?
No, this is my Saar, my Necromunda gang. And I've had them sitting around for the past couple of months. I bought them right at the start when lockdown just hit. That's when I bought them with the intention of doing them when we started lockdown, and then never did. So I've been playing Necromunda today, chilling out, and I thought, you know what, let's crack them back out again and paint them up with the mirror effect.
Hunter, yes, it's 7 p.m. when we start here in the UK. Syndrome, Mr. Frog, what is your favourite Necromunda gang?
Escher. I have collected Escher since the very first started in 1994. So I bought the plastic Escher gang and absolutely hated them. Not the gang itself, but the models. I really didn't like the new plastic models. So I went out and bought these Saar because they're all alien looking, and that's why I bought the color shift paints with the view of painting these guys. And I did actually. You'll see on my feed, on my picture feed, I've got some of my ambot that I did in the color shift, but I sold them. So I've still got these guys knocking about, and hence decided to do these guys in the color in the mirror effect, because I think black and mirror effect is going to look amazing.
Ryan's back with his little black book of questions.
Good lad.
MDH was enjoying story time. What would you like another story about, MDH? If you're enjoying story time. So Ryan is on chapter 8 of Necromunda and is addicted.
Good lad.
7, me and my wife are doing a project for you tonight, hopefully.
Ooh.
Intrigued.
Very intrigued. Stories.
No, they need to ask for a story. We can't just give one.
Okay.
What kind of airbrush do you have? I can purchase a Neo CN for $105, but I've heard mixed reviews.
I have the. Have I got the box? No, I'll put the box away. I've got the Iwata Neo, and it's really good. My biggest issue with airbrush is something that I hadn't considered when I first purchased it. Didn't purchase it. Mrs. Frog got it for me on my birthday as well as my family. But the one thing I haven't considered about it, do you know what? I'm thinking actually I might just paint. I don't know. We'll see. The biggest thing that I hadn't factored in was I spend as much time airbrushing as I do cleaning, or I spend as much time cleaning the airbrush as I do using it. So it's a real fine art, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. But yeah, the Neo, that was the one that I got recommended. So that's the one that we got.
So MDH wants a story about Mrs. Frog to even it out a little bit. Not sure if I agree with that one, MDH.
Yeah.
So moving on.
No.
What sort of story do you want, MDH? In the meantime, Original says, what was your first mini and what started you off painting? My very first mini that I ever bought was actually my Escher. So I bought my Escher when I was 11 years old, and it started from my friends at school playing it, and then me wanting to also play. So they were playing Necromunda, and I bought the starter gang, and that's what started me off on all this. And I painted them just because. In fact, actually, my very first minis, I used my birthday money to get other people to paint them for me. How about that? I paid £1 per mini for them to paint them, and they looked atrocious. So much so that when I got older and learnt how to paint, I went back and repurchased all the minis so I could repaint them up properly. So MDH wants something embarrassing about me. It's only fair.
Mrs. Frog never embarrasses herself, but I do have some random stories. Let me see. Can I tell them one about your 30th birthday? Because that's just as embarrassing for me.
What a massive cock up it was.
Yeah. So, Mrs. Frog's 30th birthday, one of her friends had just had their 30th birthday a couple of weeks before Mrs. Frog.
Mm-hmm.
And so her friend's husband or partner had taken them on a surprise trip abroad. And so Mrs. Frog wanted that. But it was a surprise, and I'd planned a weekend away to her childhood resort of Scarborough. Now, a caveat to this was that I broke one of her earrings. No, not Scarborough, Whitby.
It's going to be a really long story.
It's not. So I broke her earrings. She had these Whitby jet earrings that she had since she was 18 years old. And so
18th birthday present.
Yeah, it was her 18th birthday present. So I thought it'd be a really nice idea to take her to Whitby, send the earrings off to get repaired, and then to have a bespoke necklace to match. And so I did that. I put that all in place. Now we were getting married in the September, so I was trying to organise this, and then Mrs. Frog's birthday is in the October.
Hey Jackson.
Hi Jackson. So I've just decided I'm going to paint all of this silver instead. Forget it. There you go. It's all going to be silver. So I was really quickly organising this whilst we were sorting out getting married, and booked the hotel in Whitby. And then when it came time to go, obviously the earrings were all set to go, the necklace was all set to go, we were going to Whitby, and so I typed it into the sat-nav and off we went, and we went past Whitby and drove another hour and a half up the coast and ended up in Whitley, which is just near Newcastle.
So if any of you guys have ever watched Geordie Shore...
Yep, that's the beach that they go to, is Whitley Bay. And we got there, and because it's October, it was out of season and everywhere was closed. It was grotty, it was horrible, and Mrs. Frog was wondering why the hell I brought her there. So I was like, look, just trust me, this is on the Friday. So we went and got some chips and tried to, by the sea, and tried to make the most of it. And then I don't actually know what I'm doing with these guys, but they look pretty cool nevertheless. And so on the Saturday, we drove back to Whitby Bay.
Bear in mind it's me driving,
yeah,
because you don't paint. So this is all for my birthday, and
she's driving
having to ferry you hundreds of miles up and down the coast.
Yeah, so the hour and a half back to it. We get to the jewellery shop and I take her inside. Obviously she has no idea what's going on, which I'm thinking is fantastic. And unbeknownst to me, they wanted me to pay before they made the necklace. I thought they were going to make it and then for me to pay for it on the day. So we turned up ready to have this necklace, and the only thing that was in there was the earrings. So I paid for them, and Mrs. Frog wasn't too happy, and then we drove back. We'd got a massage. I got a massage booked on the Sunday for us, but of course that was back in an hour and a half down the road, so Mrs. Frog didn't want to drive back that way. And the whole thing was a disaster. Basically, I took her an hour and a half out the way to a place that she'd never been to, that was completely closed up, and then we had to drive the following day an hour and a half down the road for her to get her earrings back that I'd broken. So
my reaction was, so basically my 30th birthday present is you paying to fix my earrings that you broke.
Yeah.
That was a very long-winded and possibly quite boring story for
everybody. It wasn't
everybody.
boring. Yeah. So
Ryan, do you dry your hands with sandpaper? That was a question from a friend.
Okay.
Does he need to start moisturising, Ryan?
What are you saying about my hands? My hands are perfectly fine. They're man hands. Look, I've got calluses and everything. And they're slightly tinted as well. Let's do one more of these guys.
Original says you keep going off screen again.
Oh, sorry, mate. Right, I'm just going to do 3 of these guys, and then I'm going to save them.
See you in a bit,
time.
Jackson.
Take care, Jackson. See you later. I love the smell of this paint.
How are you, Jay? How's Mrs. Monkey?
Yeah, we haven't seen Mrs. Monkey for a while. Is she all right?
That was very high pitched.
I'm sorry. Been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to the brick to. I'm loving this mirror paint. It's so ostentatious.
Jay says Mrs. Monkey is away at the moment, and that looks like a Necromunda gang.
It is a Necromunda gang. We're doing Van Saar's. So I am just doing my mirror effect because, oh my god, it hurts my face, but it's so nice.
Oh, Ryan. I would love to have a day in your head, Ryan. I really would.
What's he said?
Question 2. Do you prefer to have your coffee with or without baked beans? That's another question from a friend. So for me, to be honest, it depends.
I always
it
have
always depends what I'm having for breakfast. So if I'm having a full fry up, then definitely yes, I'll have my coffee with baked beans. But I don't have a fry up every day, so mostly it's just coffee on its own minus baked beans.
Yep, I don't have baked beans with my coffee, so you can tell your friend that.
MDH would like the story of how we met.
Aww. It's a wonderful story. It's a lovely, lovely story. It involves the World Wide Web, as most modern fairy tales do now.
Yes, we met online.
Yep.
On Match.com.
It was Match, was it? eHarmony, Match, one of those
Match.com.
ones.
So
I was on all of them.
I paid for a 6-month subscription, cost about £180 odd, and I met Mr. Frog within I think 3 days.
Did you really?
Yeah. So I really wasted my money there. Or got my money's worth. Depends which way.
Thanks, wife.
Whichever way you want to look at it. But yeah, we chatted for a while online.
Tell them about our first date.
Exchanged numbers, and then we decided to meet in real life.
IRL.
So my mum didn't know, none of my family knew. It was only my best friend. So my best friend had been given his picture, his full name, what I thought was his date of birth, whatever information he'd given me, basically where he was from. And we set up a code word that if I text her or called her saying red.
Oh, I like the way you're going with the negatives first.
It's safe online dating. So yeah, we had a code word set up that she'd know to if I was in trouble. But then we met on Birmingham New Street train station outside of Millie's Cookies, which is no longer there. And he met me with a dozen red roses.
Because I'm a G.
Good start. And gave me a big smooch as soon as we met.
Yeah, we did. She was in high heels.
And I was wearing like 4-inch stiletto heels.
And she got her hair done up and she looked absolutely lovely. And I'd already told her that we were going to be going rock climbing. Because if...
You hadn't told me. You'd not said that's what we were doing.
I did. I said rock climbing and you said, do I have to wear a helmet? And I promised you that we didn't you didn't have to wear a helmet because I rock climbed. So it was fine. We were just going to turn up and I was going to take you up and down the ropes.
So anyway, so he starts dragging me out from the centre of Birmingham into a really rough area of Birmingham.
We walked into the middle of nowhere.
Me and my stilettos.
Down the canals.
Basically, I think I asked you at one point as well, are you taking me off to rape and murder me?
Yeah.
But we went rock climbing.
She had to wear a helmet. She wrecked her hair.
Wrecked my hair, turned into a sweaty, horrible mess. after spending several hours doing my hair and makeup in the morning. And then we went for drinks and cocktails afterwards.
Yeah.
Went for dinner. Oh, and the cute bit. So it was just after Easter here. So people tend to make cakes and put these little chicks, like yellow chicks,
the
on
Easter
cakes.
chicks.
Easter chicks. So these kept appearing. So every different bar we went to or restaurant, these little chicks kept appearing on the plate or perched on top of the glass.
On our drinks, that sort of thing.
I didn't know where they were coming from. And I think I said at one point, this is really cute that all the bars and places are doing these little chicks for Easter. It's so lovely. And then obviously admitted that it was him that was doing it because we had this little phrase that...
I thought... hang on, just before you go into that, I told my mom as soon as... Because I was living at home at the time. I told my mom as soon as I saw Mrs. Frog's profile picture, I said to my mom, that's the girl I'm going to marry. Before we'd even spoken, had a date or anything. I know that sounds slightly creepy, but I did. I turned around to my mom and said, that's the woman I'm going to marry. And so we didn't want to say I love you when we first started dating, so we used ice cream cone instead. So ice cream cone you, because obviously that's the heart emoji, the old school heart emoji before heart emojis were a thing. So we used to have a phrase, don't count your chickens. So I turned up with 12 chickens that I was surreptitiously adding to various like her meal and various other bits and bobs throughout the date. Anyway, carry on, love.
Yeah, so these chickens kept appearing, and then we went for a meal, and then went home.
It was lovely.
Both got the train home, and then we're inseparable since, really. Apart from the 2.5-year gap when we split up, but they don't need to know about that.
Ryan says I'm cringe right now. Ryan, this is what happens when boys and girls meet up. You're not going to hate girls forever, I promise. When you grow up and get big and strong, you're going to really like girls. They do things. Good things. I couldn't live without my wife, mate. My wife is amazing, mate.
Yeah, I am. Oh, do you want that back? Yeah, you're alright.
Thanks, wife. I'm used to not getting that sort of stuff back. So
I do everything for you.
You do everything for me. I can't live living it without you. I was with my girlfriend and then found out that she was single, so just moved in basically. Good lad. Oh, you were friends with your girlfriend? Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, that's definitely the best way forwards. Has anybody else got any... she's never kicked me out to this day. Has anybody else got any super cute ways or weird ways that people have met?
Ryan, I don't know what daddy ass is. Obviously I know what Adidas is.
Yeah, what's daddy ass? Or is that just a super weird thing?
I think it's just Ryan being Ryan, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, I'm just basically daubing this mirror of paint on everything I can see.
So Mrs. Ritz says, I met Mr. Ritz through WoW. Is that a dating site, I'm assuming?
Oh, bless you. Lovely. That's why I love you.
World of Warcraft!
Yes!
Oh, I got it!
So yeah, no,
I was
not
his
a dating
raid.
site.
If I'd read the rest of it, I wouldn't have thought of that. I was his raid leader and his main rank, and he was my main healer.
Oh wow! I would have put you two at the other way round. You would have been his healer, and he would have been your raid boss. That's really cool.
Syndra met his wife on Tinder.
Yes.
Ryan, no, we do not own a pet salmon, but I do have some dead frozen ones in the freezer.
We do on Minecraft. Yes, I play Minecraft. Not very often, but we have an account on there. Muppet arms for Mrs. Frog. Yeah. Muppet arms are. Hang on. Oh, feet. That's Muppet arms.
I met my wife when my girlfriend took me over to her house. Original.
Yeah.
Mrs. Ritz, thank you for the demo. Hilarious.
She didn't know what it was. She'd just be asking me otherwise.
MDH, I was drunk with some friends and tried to chase a duck. I threw a trainer at it. See, very drunk. My now wife stopped me from going after the trainer, which was in the lake. It's probably a good idea, or else you probably wouldn't be commenting now.
Oh, MDH, that's awesome.
Ryan, what paint is the most tasty?
Oh, that's a good one actually. That's a really good question. I tell you what, and I know this for a fact, the old scorpion green was a really nicely tasting paint. Yeah, scorpion green, best tasting paint. If you want to eat paint, scorpion green.
I know, right, Mrs. Ritz, learning so much.
I told you, whenever the new Games Workshop paints came out, me and my mates used to taste them to see what they taste like, whether they tasted good or not. Because, yeah, we're weird. No other reason, honest.
Come on then, Ryan, what's question 82?
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, I met my wife at college, and within 3 days of knowing her, I said I love you. And within a week, she moved out of her friend's house, and we've been inseparable since.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Oh, Syndrome's got a bottle left if you want some nice eating.
Oh, yes, please. One of our chaps does the jam. Who does the jam? The chili jam.
Do you want the paint mixing into the jam?
Yeah.
Green jam.
Green jam. Well, not just any green, bright green. Scorpion green is like a super bright green.
It's like Valentine's Day stream in September.
Everyone now needs a tissue. Yeah, to dry your eye or to dry your eye?
Mr. Frog.
What?
Ryan, okay, last question. This is from a friend.
Also
oh,
for a friend.
Ryan, you tickle me. Just me, is this...
Does toes taste like chicken nuggies? That's my friend's question, not mine.
Chicken nuggies.
I told Ryan I was going to give him a nuggie. Yeah, thank you. So, to explain, guys, right, a nuggie is that. Can you hit? And it bloody hurts. I told Ryan I was going to give him a nuggie, and he thought I meant a chicken nugget.
Oh, I could just eat some chicken nuggets from Mackey's.
Oh, okay, here's a question for you all. So what is your nickname for McDonald's? Obviously ours is Mackey's. But everybody has their own nickname for McDonald's. What's yours? It's a monkey scrub, says the mother-in-law. A donkin. Wicked.
Mackey D's.
Mackie D's. Now Syndrome wants to go to the Mac.
The golden arches.
Return of the Mac. Behind the garbage bin. Oh dear.
Mad Maccas. Ah, you millennials. Fat Centre.
Fat Centre.
Original.
Yeah, heart attack. That's why they had to stop the supersized meals because of the extra increase in heart attacks. True story.
Can't even eat a regular meal, let alone a large, let alone a supersize.
Really?
Live with me long enough. Have you ever known me have a large meal from McDonald's?
No.
Exactly.
Sorry, that really was me not paying attention to what you said, and that's my autopilot phrase. So whenever I don't know what Mrs. Frog's saying, I just say random things like, "Oh, really?" And it normally gets me by until she asks me a question, and then I don't know actually whether she's asking me a question and what I should say. So the answer's normally yes. So I don't get found out. And then occasionally I get found out. But this time round I just told her, so that was a bit stupid of me. But there we go, that's my story. I wasn't listening to what she was saying. I was just marveling.
Story of my life.
Yeah, now I'm married to her. What? When did that happen? In fact, that's what happened when they said, and now it's your turn. And I was daydreaming at the altar, thinking how beautiful you were. And then I was like, oh shit, I've got to say my piece now. Yeah. But I was daydreaming for a good reason, because she looked lovely on the wedding day.
Aww.
Oh. Literally, I've just spent the entire stream painting these guys metal, but they look amazing, so I don't care. I just say, if you're not listening, just say turtle. It doesn't work, trust me.
I know, right, Mother? Nearly 4 years.
Yeah,
Where
we've been married for
gone?
4 years. So I can tell them about you being Bridezilla, can't I? That's an embarrassing story for her. Not massively embarrassing, but
Every bride is a bridezilla.
we went to, when we got married, we chose an outdoor venue, and it had been raining the week before and the entire week leading up to it. So they'd got what do you call it, like a portico, is it?
Like a massive gazebo.
Yeah, gazebo. And they got a tent in front. They got a tent in front of where, like, the altar bit where we were getting married, in this clearing in the middle of the woods. And they got a tent there. We came down the day beforehand, and Mrs. Frog had an absolute meltdown because they'd got this tent up to protect the guests in case it rained. Thankfully, it rained the day before we got married and the day after we got married, but not the actual day we got married.
Well, I knew the forecast was going to be beautiful.
It was lovely.
And this thing was just ugly and horrible and would ruin all the photos. Yeah. So they told me that they wouldn't be able to get it down in time.
And you
before
went...
the wedding, and I said, if you're not going to take it down yourself, I'm taking it. If you're not going to get someone to take it down, then I'm taking it down myself now. So sort it.
I'd forgotten about that.
A few other words were said as well.
Yeah, you had some choice words, didn't you? MDH, we've been married for 10 years, but been together for 16. Ah, we've been together.
Yes, I did,
for...
Mother. Threatened to chop it down myself.
How many years before? Like 8 years, I think, in total. Married for 4.
Married for 4, known each other since 2010.
10 years then. God. It's a long time. Sinister, the groom standing there thinking she's so beautiful, best man and groomsman. Going, run, it's Bridezilla. Yeah, true. But not with Mrs. Frog. Just the day beforehand, she had her meltdown. But I think every bride is entitled to have a little bit of a meltdown.
Oh, are you off, Mrs. Ritz?
Oh.
Have a good day at work, my lovely.
Yes. Ryan, welcome to Britain. It never stops raining. True dat.
Come on, Ryan, hit us with some more. You're the only one that's keeping the weird questions going.
Oh. Are you on a weird question binge, Mrs. Frog?
Why not?
Why not indeed? So just in case you guys wonder what I'm doing, literally I just wanted a silver army for these guys. So I'm going to paint the metal, and then the glowy bits I'm going to paint in the Necron glowy scheme, glowy colour scheme.
See you later, 7.
But I literally just wanted... see you later, 7. Take care, man. I just wanted to paint an entire army with the mirror effect because my mates don't like it. So I wanted to have an army on the tabletop that was painted in mirror effect constantly.
MDH, how do you prefer your eggs? I only eat scrambled eggs. I won't eat any other form of egg.
Good question.
So it wasn't until maybe... Did I eat scrambled eggs when we met?
Nope.
For 3 years maybe. I would never touch eggs. I broke my arm when I was 4, and the doctor had told my parents to give me eggs. Obviously the calcium in there would help with the break, and I just refused point blank to eat eggs. So yeah, it's been only about 3 years. I'll only eat scrambled.
She refused to eat shepherd's pie until we got together.
What about you for eggs?
I'll have them any which way they come. I like mine sunny side down. I like to have my fried eggs flipped.
Yeah, Mum hates you for that.
Yep. And I like my eggs hard, not running.
Girl, my mother, if Alex cooked her an egg like that, then he'd never be welcome back in the house.
Yeah, apparently you're not allowed to cook them. Actually cook them, you have to have them raw so they're all running. Go. How do you like your eggs in the morning? I like mine fertilized. Okay, almost done.
So Gigi would like to ask Ryan, is cereal soup? Why or why not?
Oh God, it started. Boiled or fried, I'm satisfied as long as I get my kicks.
Original, how do you do your scrambled? Do you add milk?
I know somebody who adds sugar.
MDH, if you could be any animal in current existence and why? So current existence. Okay.
Oh, so not dinosaurs then. I'd give anything to be a dinosaur. Like, true story.
I think I'd be a dog.
Yeah.
I know it's a boring answer, but...
But what if you were mistreated or cooked and eaten?
No, I'd need to be a happy dog.
You'd want to be a happy dog.
Ryan, question. If an orange is an orange, then why is a grape not called purple or green?
I have no idea, mate.
Sinister didn't see your question, sorry.
Right, they are all done. Oh my God. They look amazingly bad.
Sinister, I can't see a question. I've just been back through the chat.
They look amazingly bad. Oh my God. Looks like... Oh. This stuff is amazing.
See you later, MDH.
Take care, MDH, man. This stuff looks amazing, but oh my God. Right, we're going to put them in order so I know which ones are dried and which ones haven't. Right, the trick to making this look anywhere halfway decent is the washes. So what I'm going to do now is actually, let's just paint one so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh God, that's atrocious. Where's my new... These paints, Games Workshop base paints are god awful. Well, they're amazing, but at the same time, once they go gloopy, they're so bad. Look at that. Look, I'll show you guys. Look, it's just gunky and congealed. It's awful. Original says he'd be a black panther or a jaguar. Because they're beautiful. They are amazing.
I'd be an axolotl.
You'd be a happy frog.
An axolotl?
Yes, a happy frog. Ring, ding, 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 ding. Ring, ding, 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 ding.
No.
That's a happy frog. Axolotls just look like happy frogs. I'll show you the concept that I was going for with these, right? Okay, so...
Syndrome says, do you use agitator balls?
No, I don't. However, last night was my IRL hobby night with the lads on Zoom, and we came up with a new way of agitating washes and contrasts using Space Marine helmets, because they're plastic balls. Whoop, there we go, over that way, perfect. Yeah, they're plastic balls. So it's like the perfect way to do it. Does anybody have any hobby questions? We've not actually had any hobby questions today. I realise I've literally just been chatting and we've been chatting poop, but it's been enjoyable nevertheless. I just realised obviously we're meant to be doing like hobby workshop. Ryan would choose a wolf because they're awesome. I have to agree with you there. I would be... I'd be a meerkat.
Gigio, I have a hobby question.
Yay!
Could I use generic spray paints to prime my models? I'm referring to Rattlecan found hardware stock. DW paints are so expensive. I can answer that.
Yeah, go on then, Mrs. Frog, can he?
So absolutely, yes you can. So Mr. Frog will buy stuff. If you're in the UK, he gets stuff from Halfords, which is a car shop, like auto body shop, so car auto body stuff. We also have a store called The Range,
which is like craft supplies.
So yeah, just like I imagine it's a bit like Target in the States. Just sells pretty much absolutely anything, and they do like spray rattle cans again for what you'd use for car body shop repairs and stuff. But yes, he does use those.
Yeah, I use them all the time, mate.
Should we see if I can answer all of these questions?
Go on then.
Syndrome, do you use medium or water to thin your paints? Mr. Frog uses both. If he's using medium, then he uses the Green Stuff World medium.
Why do I use Green Stuff World medium?
Because it's like a paint without the pigment.
Yes, but
so it's
why
not
do why that's why I use medium. No, that's why I use medium, but why specifically do I use that brand?
Because it's in a dropper bottle.
Yep.
And you only want a tiny amount, and if you put your brush in your paint and then put it in a tub of medium, then you're going to mix the two together.
You're going to transfer the pigment across.
So by using medium is paint without pigment, so it's still going to have the same viscosity as paint.
Yep.
So you're going to lighten your paint without thinning it.
It's going to be more transparent.
But by adding water, you're going to thin it down.
Yep. So 9 times out of 10, I won't actually water my paints down. The reason why I water my paints down is to increase flow. So if I want to do a glaze where I'm flowing it into the cracks, that's when I'll water the paint down. Or if it's a little bit too thick, I'll add the minutest amount of water onto it. A couple of dabs is what I say. I'll use medium when I'm doing blending, so blending one colour into another. That's when I'll use medium, and I use medium more often than not than water, because water can leave what they call coffee stains, which look like coffee stains on the model. It's where the pigment's pooled, where the water is, and as the water gradually evaporates, then it leaves behind the pigment, whereas the medium dries the same right the way across where you're painting, so the pigment stays where it's been put. That's why I use one and the other.
Paul says, hobby question, that much mirror paint, what the fuck were you thinking?
Trust me, it's gonna, you'll see in just a moment, okay? The reason why I've done all of them in the mirror paint is because I was waiting for one to dry so I could show you. I'm not going to go off air until I've shown you the effect that I'm going for, alright? So just trust me on this. It looks just pure white at the moment, but that's because of the studio lights. I'm gonna put some. I've almost got everything. Let me get everything, and then I'll show you. I'm going to be using the Tesseract Glow. Yes. Well done, wifey.
Gijo, you are welcome. Hopefully I sort of answered your question, and Mr. Frog filled in the gaps. Original wants to know what is medium, water and dish soap.
So medium
paint without pigment.
Is exactly. It's paint but without the pigment. So when I use it for. Sorry, wife. I've still got the model.
Take some shite in your mouth while you talk. Why has he gone insane, Ryan?
Here we go. So with this model here, obviously on Instagram we did the blending tutorial, and that's what I use medium with. So I blended it from the purple through to the pink using medium, and so it gives a really smooth finish where you can't see the paintbrushes. And I'll use medium on that as opposed to water, because water will tend to pool with gravity and drag the paint particles down, leaving like a coffee stain. So you know when you I can't use white on white obviously, but you have that coffee stain look like that where the paint's been dragging it down to. It just looks crap if you use water for that. So I use water as a flow aid to make the paint flow off the brush easier. But if I'm thinning my paints down, then I'll use medium instead. I'm okay for the moment. Right, okay, so all the prep is done on these. So I've done the mirror effect, I've done the wires in white, and now I'm going to use Tesseract Glow and contrast, and you're going to see this model change before your eyes like magic. Okay, Mrs. Frog, call the ambulance. Mr. Frog has gone insane. I have not gone insane, mate. Watch. Oh yeah, so agitators, guys. Right, rather than actually buying agitator balls, Space Marine helmets or plastic bits off sprues and using them not in actual paints but in the contrast paints and the technical ones, it works really well. Ow, motherfucker! Smack my hand off the table. Why, hello. Okay, so what we're doing, we are finishing this model off and proving Ryan wrong. Ryan, watch, mate. These guys are just going to look super alien mad ting. So I wanted some really. These guys do use advanced, like robotics. So I wanted them to have like a completely otherworldly look about them. So obviously we associate. I wanted to do them almost in like a super clean color scheme, like a Necrom color scheme, which is what we're going for here. The super weirdly wires. I know what I'm doing, mate. I promise. That's disapproving, Mrs. Frog. That's naughty. I think you mean Mr. Frog, don't you? You mean because I sworded? Yeah. Only big kids swear. Chicks dig it and it makes you look hard. That's what I was told about swearing. And smoking, for that matter. It's not true. Yeah, Keith, if you're... I think Mrs. Frog asked you a question, matey. But there we go. So we're doing all these super bright colour spots. Let's just turn this one off for a second. And you'll be able to see it a little better. A little less light on the situation. A little less conversation, a little more action, please. So there's aggravation and satisfaction in me. This Tesseract Glow is bright enough to go over black, which is just amazing. It's got so much pigment in it. Just like dotting stuff with highlighter pens. It's amazing stuff. Much better than any other phosphorescent paint that I've used before, like the highlighter paint. There we go. So they're going to look like some super weird bug guys. Add in some other like accent colours as well in there. Just bring the mic around slightly. Maybe that's better. How's that now? Is that better? It is blinding. You are right. Chrome paint and Tesseract Glow. That's obviously a Necron. Exactly. See, guys? How can you paint for 8 hours each day and not get tired of painting? The secret is I don't paint for 8 hours a day. I probably actually only paint for about 5 hours, but I do paint for every day. And the secret is to paint something different. So same as if you ate the same food day in, day out, you get bored of eating that particular food and you wouldn't want to eat it again. And it's exactly the same with painting. If I had to paint Space Marines every day, day in, day out, not a chance. But that's why I paint so many different things and I have so many different things available. I mean, I've still got like this dude to do. I've got more Space Marines to do. I've got these guys. I've got my orcs. I've got the bolt action stuff for the charity. So yeah, I've got lots. So that's how to go about doing it. The only thing is my back gives out before anything else does. So same as the wife, my back starts to ache. But that's how, is to constantly have different things on the go. So it's not a grind. If it gets a chore, then you're doing it wrong. And if it is getting a chore, then you need to take a break from it.
I'm back.
Yeah. How's that mic now, Keith? There's not much else I can do. I've put the mic right next to me so you can hear me, but you're probably not now going to be able to hear the wife unless she snuggles up. Did you say you were going to get me a drink?
No, I asked you if you wanted a drink and you said no.
I don't think I did. I wanted a coffee.
No, you said no.
Did I? I meant I wanted a coffee.
Tough.
Okay. Right, there we go. So he's now done. And all I'm going to do is I've got the hands to paint. Because I still want the hands flesh coloured. So we'll do that and then we'll call them quits and then I'll do the rest of the models at another point. So I'm going to use rat skin flesh, which is the base coat, and then go on to... So normally people would paint these with really pale looking skin. I will do that, but I'm going to be starting off with... Oh my god, that paint is awful. Oh dear. I was going to be starting off with Vas. No coffee for me, no. I'm going to go back 5 minutes to see whether he asked for a coffee. Yeah, I suppose. Right, let's change it, switch it up then. Okay, so if I can't use that for the base, let's have a look. I'm going to mix in some Xandri dust. And we're going to go... No, we're not. We're going to go... What do I want? What's... So, Kislev. I'm having a dilemma, guys. I know what I want, but I can't see the paint. There, I found it. XV88. If in doubt, XV88. Absolutely, buddy. Oh, here we go.
Question from Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of any... is that Italeri? Italeri colours?
No, I don't. No. No, I've never heard of Italeri. I've just discovered Warcolour because they do glow-in-the-dark paint. But I've never heard of Italeri before. Any good? Go. So I still want some semblance of these guys being human, which is why I'm doing just the hands in like normal colours. But everything else is going to be metal.
So with regards to the Italeri or Italeri, however you say it, Gigi says, yes, I like them and I think they're the best bottle.
Oh wow, cool.
And thank you, Original. So last night I was DMing with Original and sent him the link for, obviously, Mr. Frog's bolt action.
Yeah.
I was about to say giveaway, but it's not a giveaway. Charity auction for the British Army. With all proceeds going to the Royal British Legion was launched yesterday. So I was DMing last night with Original and sent him a link for the remembrance service that we have at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yep.
And Originals just said, watched last year's Remembrance Festival, loved it, please donate to Mr. Frog's charity.
Oh, thank you, matey.
So Paul's backing me up. You said I'm all right for now in regards to the coffee. Thank you very much, Paul.
Damn it.
Mum says yes, Original support the Royal British Legion.
Absolutely. So I don't support many charities at all. I firmly believe that charity begins at home. But when someone's willing to lay down their life for their fellow man without getting anything in return, then yeah, I'm all for that.
I can answer that one as well, Ryan. No, it is still continuing to crash.
What's that? Oh, yes. Yeah. I did manage to play a whole game just before tea without it crashing. That was when I started my Orlocks. I presume we're talking about Necromunda there.
Yeah, so if any of you guys that are maybe wondering more about the charity and don't really understand what us Brits do, then just go onto YouTube and search Remembrance Day Royal Albert Hall and you'll find something for that.
Or you can ask us if you've got any questions in terms of the charity and we'll be able to answer them as well.
Yeah, but I think more visceral image helps as well.
A visceral? Visual image.
It's visceral as well.
I suppose it is, yeah. Visceral is like real, more realistic. You would describe somebody getting disemboweled as a visceral experience. Visceral tends to mean bloody and realistic. go. So for all of those of you who doubted me when I started doing this, I'm going to show you. Yeah, damn it. I didn't think, obviously, you guys could go back and rewatch it, so, yeah. Mrs. Frog's going to have all of our arguments taped so that we can go back and review.
Why not? Helping a court of law in future.
No, we're not talking about that stuff.
Joking.
I know. You know I don't like joking about that sort of stuff, though. Even if there's no possibility of it happening.
Yes, Ryan, I do have a secret weapon. Cutlery. I think you spelt it right, but I'm not the best speller myself, so who knows.
Cutlery. Right, there we go. Almost done.
The original says, and join us in Mr. Frog's Patreon. Lovely plumage.
Mmm. All about the plums. I think all of our guys and girls in here are pretty much Patreons, aren't we?
I'm not in the Discord, though. You've never invited me.
No, because that's a boys' club.
So,
actually,
isn't Mrs. Ritz in there?
And Mrs. Monkey is also in there. But no, actually, that's not true, okay? So I invited you in way back when, and you said that you didn't want to be in it. So you said no. So that was right at the very start when I first set it up.
Is that conversation recorded, Mr. Frog?
Yes, for training and monitoring purposes.
Or not. What are we effing for?
F in the chat for Mrs. Frog not being in Discord.
Oh. Mrs. Monkey being in Discord and I'm not.
Mrs. Monkey what? Yeah, Mrs. Monkey's been it.
F in the chat for me.
Yeah. Mrs. Monkey's in Discord. As is Mrs. Ritz and Bits.
But not Mrs. Frog.
Because Mrs. Frog didn't want to be in it.
All the F's in the chat. No tapes, didn't happen.
Well, the bottom line is she's still not in it. Go and invite yourself if you want to be in.
Hashtag Team Mrs. Frog.
Or you guys will be on a week's imprisonment in Frogtown if you're not careful. Mr. Frog's going to start throwing his kingly weight about.
Really?
Joking. Although he has put a lot of kingly weight on since lockdown, that's for sure. I haven't got any kingly weight. If I tried, this is everyone's equal in Frogland.
Isn't that
communism?
Yeah. Animal Farm.
Yeah, some are more equal than others.
God, that's taking me back to GCSE English.
Yep. Go.
Syndrome, last hobby question. Do you ever use a paint handle? Yes, he does normally.
One of these. Yeah, when I'm painting a single mini, I do. And I live by them. I swear by them. But when I'm painting multiple models, it's a lot of hassle to pick one up, put one down, and I'm too cheap to buy multiples thereof. We're pretty much there, guys, on this.
Mrs. Frog, start your own Patreon. I'll join.
Yeah.
Oh, and will you quit Mr. Frogs?
No.
just be my Patreon.
Just be my Patreon. You sounded so brummy then. Just be my Patreon. I don't want anybody else to be my Patreon. Just want to be your Patreon. Yeah, boys. So that's what we're aiming for. That's what the end effect is. It looks too silver. If I do that next to it, it looks way too much. But as soon as you put colour on there, and once this is all dried, I'm just going to go in with a bit of black lining, just to exaggerate the like the lines, accentuate the lines, and then these guys are going to look fucking fantastic.
I'm joking, Sinister. There'd be no value for money in my Patreon. You'd just be paying to just chat to me. That's all. And you can do that for free.
There we go. Yes, Ryan. Free painting handle. Good lad. Although XV88 isn't ruined, it was my rat skin that was ruined. I don't know where that's gone. I put it back in there because I'm stupid. There we go. Right. Highlights, and then we're just about there, I think.
See, Original's already forgotten you.
Oh!
Mr. Frog, who's that then? Team Mrs. Frog.
Evil, evil, evil. We're all equal. What, do you want to join Mrs. Frog's dictatorship? Guys, join the Froggy party. We're red on the inside. Everyone's equal. We are all equal. We have voting and everything. So we have the polling booth in Discord to decide on what projects and stuff I'm going to be doing next. So everybody has an input. Everybody has a say about everything I do, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my Patreons. So I give everything to them and they give everything in return. So Syndrome, just to go back to your earlier question, so I'm just going to zoom in on this guy. Go. Okay. Right. So the only time I really generally tend to use water is actually just a bit of spit on stuff like this here. Right. And that's just a bit of kind of flow aid, I suppose you call it. Just helps with the finer detail. Bit of spit.
Original, yes. Glory to Queen Frog.
Queen Frog.
Ryan, beat that, Mrs. Frog. You can't do a speech like that. Keith, Mr. Frodgers.
Mr. Frodgers. Yeah.
Sinister, Original is a heretic.
No, we're gonna have dissension in the ranks, and there'll be a rebellion. You guys will... No, don't do that. We want peace, love, and harmony, yo. We're all a bunch of hippies.
Ryan, Daddy Frog.
In a really nice way, Ryan, I am not your daddy. I think you're extremely confused if... we go down that route.
Jay says he's looking more and more like Robocop.
Yeah, man. So that's what we're aiming for. Some like hyper future, realistic, weird ass killer boys, killer robot boys.
Oh, you're also MDH's daddy.
Oh dear.
Oh, we've gone weird again.
Yeah. It's like the bottom of the barrel for YouTube when you've been scrolling through the next suggested clips, and then you end up at some guy dancing half naked on a table.
Ryan, okay, Papa Frog.
Papa Frog. See, that's okay.
Oh, that's cute, Papa Frog.
Yeah, that's okay.
We like Papa Frog.
Papa Frog. Right, so I've just got his hair left to do, and the way I'm going to do that is a bit of XV88 and a bit of contrast paint. Don't have to worry about painting hair strands then. So this is the cheats way of painting hair. It's literally XV88, because it's a nice mid-tone chestnut colour, and then you can apply like snakebite leather or something over the top of it. Snakebite leather, any of the contrasts really. If you want it to go black, if you want it to be yellow and sandy coloured, obviously just use a yellow. It's a really nice, quick and easy way of doing hair.
I'm a tadpole, Jay. Aren't you a battle toad? What's the middle one?
Frog Legion! Jay's a Frog Legion.
I'm a little tadpole.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be using some iron and yellow now. We are your tadpoles. Yeah, that does sound really wrong. I've just looked up and seen what they were talking about. Danger frog. Yeah, man. Oh, we could all be those, are they blue arrow toads or whatever they're called? The poisonous ones. Red arrow frogs, there we go. That's what they're called.
MDH, wife just said using a feather is kinky, but using the whole chicken is perverted. Is it alive or dead?
Oh, you got me.
I don't know whether that'll make it better or worse.
No, that's just not cool.
I tickle you with a dead chicken.
Me. No, that's just all sorts of bad. A headless chicken. Ew, that's bad. There we go. Right, okay, so we've done the hair, we've done everything else, and he is looking like some super sci-fi robot man. All I've got to do is just go in and tidy up.
Oh, is it flapping his feathers all around his neck, Sinister?
Sorry, I hate raw chicken and like all the chicken juice and stuff. So just the image of some kinky ass headless bird just makes me feel a bit sick.
It's not going to be hitting you with raw chicken.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a raw chicken.
No, it's just a slightly dead chicken.
Yeah. Still not cool. Like when the wife says, "Should we try something new tonight?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh, MDH, I used that one bloody years ago.
What's that?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me.
Yeah. That's a grown-up rhyme, Ryan. For grown-ups. I'm sure Ryan's experienced all that sort of stuff before.
Original dart frog, poison to some, mind expanding to others.
Yeah, licking the toads, man. We were talking about it in chat a couple of weeks back. There we go.
Jay.
What?
No, you took the feathers off, so you just slapped someone with a naked chicken with nipple clamps on.
Hang on.
Is the nipple
Have they?
clamps on the chicken or on?
Who's
on
got
him?
the nipple clamps? Has the chicken got nipple clamps on?
Do chickens have nipples?
No, they don't.
Assuming not, because
They don't feed. Oh my god. And this is why, guys, we limit it to an hour. Because you guys get weird.
that's because America's waking up now.
Yeah, we get weird as well, though, to be fair. We get freaky. Oosh. Oh,
So
wicked, man.
the nipple clamps are on both human and chicken.
Oh, I almost put that silver paint in my mouth. That would have been really bad.
So do I, Syndrome. I still really want some chicken nuggets. I'm almost tempted to pay the $3.99 for McDonald's delivery.
I'll be down for that. Let's have... should we get delivery live on stream?
No.
Yeah.
We literally just had cottage pie.
Yeah, it was very nice cottage pie as well, but we could always do some...
All the Americans are going to be asking now what cottage pie
Yeah,
is.
do you guys know what cottage pie is? Cottage pie is bloody lovely.
Yes, Ryan, it has started to turn into OnlyFans.
Yeah, do the Americans know what cottage pie is?
Jay, it's fine. We're having a laugh. Don't worry.
Yeah, oh, don't worry about it, Jay. It's cool. It's cool. All right, last little bit.
Yes, original. That was foul.
You can't be chicking those sorts of statements about. Chicken. Oh, you only get more weird if you go for hen tie porn. just got a lot of cocks in it.
So original says no. Syndrome, I've just spent a month in Oxford. Cottage pie is one of the few British things I like to eat.
Yeah.
So basically, it is beef mince. I think you Americans would call it
it's
minced meat. I think they call it in the States.
Right, it's minced beef basically.
And then fry that up with onions. And then there's lots of different recipes, but personally I do mine with some English mustard. Chuck some beef stock in there, and then I'll add some Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Salt and pepper. What else goes in there?
Carrots, onions.
Gravy.
Gravy, yep.
In there. Like put some gravy granules into there, and then add some boiling water, and then I'll boil up some carrots and peas, and then once they're cooked, chuck them in with the rest of the mixture, stir it all around, and then that goes into like a baking dish, and then mashed potato on top. Bake that in the oven for maybe about half an hour, and then
all of the cheese.
A load of grated cheese on the top, and then put that back in the oven, and then on. And we had it served with cabbage and broccoli.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So for those of you who are wondering what I'm doing, because you can't see, there we go. So I've already done one layer of this Tesseract glow. Okay, I'm now going back over it again with white, and I'm going to put the very last layer over it, and this is going to almost act like a highlight for us.
Yeah, so shepherd's pie is the same thing but with lamb, but cottage pie is with beef. So think shepherds as in sheep.
When shepherds wash their cocks by night.
Original, damn, I'm vegetarian, my wife tells me.
Ah,
go and get
sucks
yourself
to
a
be
Big
you.
Mac original, you'll be fine. MDH kind of drooling now.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's pretty good, to be honest.
We haven't had it in a while, so.
Mum says a veggie one could be with lentils.
Yeah, there we go. Your mum's awesome for stuff like that. She's like a walking encyclopedia of knowledge. Mrs. Frog was very impressed with my my knowledge yesterday.
Oh, well, your war knowledge, yeah. Very impressed.
I was bringing out the big guns.
Syndrome, DM me if you want an actual recipe and I can send you one over.
Oh, that'd be cool. Right.
It's not like the one in Friends. Do you remember the episode with Friends when Rachel makes a cottage pie and she makes like a trifle?
No.
And, well, no, she's supposed to be making a trifle, but she does it with beef and onions, peas, carrots. So basically she makes a cottage pie and then puts trifle mixture on top.
Oh.
Wife is going to be making me pecan and pumpkin pie. That's something that we don't really have
we don't have over here, but it sounds lovely.
Like pumpkins freak me out.
Oh no, pumpkin's really nice. Pumpkin stew and pumpkin soup. Love both of them.
Just gutting them, like the smell, by like Halloween.
Oh yeah, the smell is god awful.
Like just gutting the pumpkin out and all the seeds coming out and everything. The smell is horrible and it's ugh.
It smells like a rotting body.
Gigio, I know a joke involving mashed potatoes, but I suppose it will not make any sense in English. Try us!
Yeah, please do. In fact, put it in your native tongue, and then let me try and read it out.
Oh, that would be fun.
Gigio, where is it Portugal Gigio's from, or Chile? Oh, Gigio, whereabouts are you? Costa Rica, isn't it? Cosa si fa una donna nuda a cavallo? Cosa si fa una donna nuda a cavallo.
No idea. What language is that? It's not Spanish. Is that Spanish?
Yeah. How did I do? He's Spanish.
Cosa si fa una donna nuda a cavallo?
I hate vegans. I eat babies.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs.
I want my baby back.
Thanks, Syndrome.
Yeah,
I'll pick it up after the stream
wicked.
and I'll send you a recipe.
Cool. I invited Mogsy over
What's
to.
the naked woman doing on a horse?
Ah, I don't know. What is a naked woman doing on a horse?
Cosa si fa una donna nuda alla cavallo?
She's mashing the potato.
I don't get it.
Because she goes up and down. It's rude.
When was it called a potato?
It's rude. Never mind. Gigio, I get it.
By potato, I mean,
See?
well, you know.
Yeah.
I've never known it called a potato.
But maybe it's called a potato over there.
It's not an it, it's a bloody vagina.
No! What about a cock?
Oh, I've missed something.
She was mashing the cock. Never.
She was mashing herself.
No. She was not.
No, if she's on a horse, then surely she's mashing herself.
No, no, never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna call time out on that one. Yes, Gigio. Italy.
Mrs. Frog is right. Thank you, Gigio.
Ugh.
She is mashing herself. I've also never used that terminology before.
Are you mashing yourself? Right then. Null oil gloss for the last bit, just to keep up the metallics.
Right, Ryan. We've gone a bit south.
Oh, yes, you're from Italia. Yes, gotcha. Ah,
We had our honeymoon in Italy.
we had our honeymoon in Rome and Sorrento. It was beautiful. I'm going to turn this back up a little.
Very nearly got the wrong train from Rome
Rome.
to Sorrento.
Yep.
Would have ended up in the back end of nowhere.
I'm determined to finish this guy. So thank you guys for your patience.
Oh, we absolutely loved Rome. I would go back anytime. I absolutely adored Rome.
Gigio, which part of Rome are you from?
I don't know if he's from Rome, just from Italy.
Which part of
You
Italy?
don't need to be precise.
Yeah,
Just
the rough area.
idea.
Obviously, we like to respect privacy here. Yeah, the what are they called? The ones beginning with T, not Tatooines, the Trattorias, yeah.
Milan area.
Oh, Milan, beautiful up north. Milan.
Sardinia is a place, Keith.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fictitious city from a Hallmark Channel movie.
It's where the mafia's from, Sardinia. It's where the majority of the mafia comes from.
Oh, Mum's on Formula One. Near Monza, Gigio.
Here we
My
are.
mum is a massive Formula One fan.
F1
Like,
that.
Huge fan.
Okay. almost there.
Yes, near Monza. How do you know Monza? Oh, Gigio and Hawk Girl, get DMing. You could talk forever.
Perfect.
I told you, Mum, I'm going to take you at some point.
Yep.
By the way, Matthew is from Sicily.
Oh, Sicily. Oh, it's not Sardinia.
Syndrome at Gigio, I hope you are no Ferrari fan. They're not doing very well, I don't think, this season, are they, anyway? Although they are bloody good cars to drive, I must say, Ferraris.
Yeah. I took the wife out for a spin in my Ferrari. You know, the one that I can't drive and don't own.
MDH at Orc Girl, Mugello this weekend, isn't it? So apparently we've got some other F1 fans in the chat.
Yeah, MDH was watching the F1 the other day, so I couldn't chat.
Just to let you know, guys, don't bother DMing Orc Girl or adding her or doing anything, because she literally, she's my mum. She literally only just goes onto this channel for the stream, so she won't be accepting followers and stuff, but she'll be happy to chat on the chat.
On the chat, on here. Perfect. There we go then, boys. So he is done and painted. That's all the black lining done.
No, Keith, I don't think it was that bad. It was bad, but I don't think it was that bad.
Just realised I've missed a couple of bits, which is bloody typical. His arms, his elbow joints have got the white, the phosphorescent bits on there.
We're on for nearly 2 hours now.
Jesus Christ! What?
Married at First Sight Australia is recording downstairs.
I didn't even realise it. How the hell has that happened? Guys, that's awesome. I didn't even realise we were on for this long.
MDH, if you like Lewis Hamilton, then you and my mother will be friends for life.
How is it that? Bloody hell. How has it taken me 2 hours when I thought I was going to be able to speed paint a couple of these in the chat? That's hilarious. Oh well.
Gigi, I want to acknowledge that I've seen you comment, but I'm not going to comment on it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Gigio. We'll leave the current affairs. Like, yeah, it's not good, obviously, and fully appreciate and support that, but we'll leave that off.
Time does indeed fly when you're having fun.
Yeah, it does.
But Married at First Sight Australia is calling me, Mr. Frog.
Okay, guys. Look, let me just finish off this last little bit and then we're done, alright? So I've just got this part here. Does anybody else have any hobby questions before we call it in about 5 minutes?
Oh, Jay's got some fried chicken.
You bastard. Which one though? KFC, BFC, AFC?
KFC's minging.
You don't like KFC?
The chicken's okay, but the chips are awful.
Oh, the chips are god awful.
What, you've got KFC, Jay? Oh, homemade.
Homemade. Oh, lovely.
I'm scared of chicken now. I never knew they could be so kinky. I tell you, Ryan, for a 16-year-old, you don't half have some wit.
Mate, yeah. Ryan's in a league of his own.
You should studying at college. I think if you're doing English or something like that, you need to start writing some comedies or some stand-up.
Yeah, you need to be a stand-up comedian, Ryan. I'll book you for my 40th birthday. How about that?
Not too long for wait for that one then, Mr. Frog, you
No.
old guy.
I know, right? Anyway, we're all done. So for those of you who thought that mirror paint was going to be too much, if I bring that fully up and we just adjust the camera. He's done. Looks bloody amazing.
Everyone's ignoring you now and talking to my mum about Formula 1. You've lost them, sorry.
Humph.
Mum, I think you need your own channel.
Yeah, we'll have Orc Girls F1 channel. How about that? In fact, I'll invite your mum onto the Discord, and I'll set up an F1 chat room, and she can be the queen of it.
So Sinister said, when Ryan closes his eyes, all he sees is the naked chicken in dominatrix gear with a whip.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What have you guys done?
Brings a new meaning to funky chicken, doesn't it?
Kinky chicken. For those of you guys who are wondering what that is, I have a base of pre-painted Necromunda bases. Well, they're not fully pre-painted, they're pretty much there. So, it means I can just crack on.
Syndrome, don't worry about it. So my aim is to take Mum to a race at some point.
Oh yeah,
I
this.
would
Yeah.
do it at some point. Not a socially distanced one. One when everything's hopefully back to normal and we can enjoy the whole of the atmosphere. MDH, BDSM chicken. Chicken with a gimp mask.
Dear God. Wicked. Right, okay, guys. I am gonna leave this here. I'm just gonna finish off the
50 Shades of KFC.
You guys are broken, Mrs. Frog. You do know that. Yep, she's gone.
I was just about to say you might need to gag me, but you need to borrow the chicken.
Or I'll just put the chicken in there. Oh, MDH, you get me every time, mate.
Oh, have you looked at KFC's Twitter? They only follow
a selection of herbs and spices.
They follow like the Spice Girls and then random people called Herb. Oh, Mr. Frog, can I go and watch my programme?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up there, guys. It's been bloody amazing. I could carry this on all night, to be fair. I'm just going to finish off this base and then I'm done. But I'll. Do you want me to finish off the stream or?
I can leave.
Yeah, go on then.
You guys want to stay on?
Yeah, we'll stay on. We'll stay on chatting. Go on. I'll just dip the camera over so you can escape.
Right, I'll see you later, guys. I'm going to go and watch some cringe TV.
Catch you later, Mrs. Frog.
See you tomorrow on Instagram.
Yes, F About Friday on Insta, boys and girls. Be there or be chicken. There we go. She's disappeared. Right, now we can stay. We can talk about proper stuff. Bye, Mrs. Frog. Everyone's saying. Wicked. Yeah, man. I love this chat. It's awesome. Her laugh is contagious. Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. Maybe you can bring some light onto a dark day. Aww. For those of you wondering what I'm doing, I'm just setting up the base and a bit of typhus corrosion, a couple of the contrast paints, and all I'm doing is just building up the like the texture on it. So just gradually building it up bit by bit. There we go. Yeah, man, 9/11. Not good. We have a lot of it. There's 9/11, we've got Remembrance Day coming up. We're just about to go into a lockdown. I'm not wanting to bring the mood down, obviously, but we're just about to go into a lockdown again. Literally any moment now from for the UK, because stuff spiked back up again. But that's why we come here, to escape the real world and to have a bloody laugh, which we do. Yeah, no, we still understand, Keith. Right. Okay. Need a bigger brush. Ryan, you meant to want your education. That's what your education's there for, to learn stuff, mate. Still, if you're off college, it means you can catch the streams, and to be fair, I can teach you everything you need to know anyway. No, we're gonna need a bigger boat. Hell yes. Right. Wicked. We have smashed this out of the park, boys. 2 bloody hours we've been on stream. What about that? We've done like a double up episode. And here was me having my chill out day today. Do you know what that is? That's me resting and preparing, ready for this this stream. Awesome. Without badly, I mean, I'm looking forward to going to college. Yeah. Black like doll's eyes. Oh, MDH, we are not doing a 24-hour live stream just yet. Not when I've got F About Friday tomorrow. And would you guys really stay up with me for those 24 hours? Bit of bulk and metal just to finish this off. Yeah, I'd have to have Mrs. Frog with me on the 24-hour live stream though, and I doubt she'd stay awake for it. I would, but I doubt she would. I'd have to do it when I've got like a variety of things. So not just, I couldn't paint for 24 hours. That'd actually kill me. I'm not that good yet. Okay. Now, a little bit of the typhus corrosion. Just to give it a bit of extra depth. And then we're done. Perfecto. Magnifico. Bueno. ¿Dónde está la chica latino? Charlie, see, Mr. Syndrome, no, I'd make a chatbot to fake it. Bro, can you make me one as well? So all I have to do is just move my lips, and I'll take my eyes open so I can still sleep and just pretend to be on stream. You guys will ask some random question and chatbot will go, does not compute. I don't know if that's what chatbots do. I don't really know what chatbots are, but I imagine they fake chatting. Last thing I want to do is splurge super glue all over here. Yeah, I get that one. Definitely. Yeah, no problem. Computer says no. Yeah, they've banned Little Britain now for being non-PC. How bad is that? It's politics gone mad. Right, I can't do it with that. Let's switch over to the... I don't like using plastic glue on painted models because it warps the plastic and the model itself at the same time. So if I'm painting like separately, I tend to use super glue. But I can't do it on here. So we're just going to have to change it up. Toodles and pips, indeedy so. Right, I'm going to call it here as well, boys and girls. We'll just get this guy stuck on. Let's say we're just going to get him stuck on. He's not sticking on the fucking base. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Perfect. Okay. He's done. See, it doesn't look that bad. I quite like that. Mr. Frog, what can I say? What can I say? Here we go. Perfect. Okay, right. I'm going to call him there then. So that is the mirror paints done how I would do them, which I have done, obviously. But I don't reckon they look too shit when you use the mirror paint properly. Like, I say properly, obviously. I'm just doing them how I want to do them. But I reckon that looks pretty cool. Don't stop stream! I got to. I'm going to go back on Necromunda and we'll come off. I'm getting tired now, boys. So, yeah. Definitely. I'm going to... did you guys... That's my neck cracking. I don't know whether you guys heard that on stream. I'm going to have to watch that back. But yeah. It's been bloody awesome. So, we'll end it there. And then I shall see you guys tomorrow for F About Friday. Yeah, definitely. No problem. All right then, guys. Look, much love. Thank you so much for coming and chilling out with us yet again. We'll be over on Instagram tomorrow. So come over to Instagram. and it will be F About Friday on there. So same time, 7 o'clock. Obviously, we can only stream for the hour, but anything goes, and we can do our own music. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Guys, peace and love. And yeah, I shall see you guys tomorrow. Take care, one and all. Those on those on Discord, I'll be on Discord in a second. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.